Hello, happy 1st of December. I've decided quite spontaneously that I will make a small advents calendar. So, to record small trainings, try to do that from today and every day until Christmas Eve. So, until the 24th. Until and including the 24th. I have never done this before, so this is something very new for me, and yeah, exciting. Yeah, so it's an advents calendar for Happy Body Creative Mind. So Happy Body Creative Mind, it's the name that I've given the small sort of training units that I developed the last few years. So classes that I've given that aim to explore the connection between movement and movement, body awareness, and thinking, writing, creativity. So in my own experience, movement has very much to do with thinking and creativity. Like or I speak from me personally, when I start to get very stiff with my body, when I stop moving, which very much happens in front of the computer, like sitting in front of the computer, standing in front of a computer, it's very easy to just be pulled into the visual, just staying there, and yeah, this would be my position, and just trying to solve something from my head. And I realized very much through my own experience with body work that when I get more physical, when I move more, when I take breaks where I move, when I regularly have some kind of movement in my life, or get body work, or get physically in contact with people, it very much helps my thinking. Like it frees my thinking. I get new ideas. Sort of thinking and writing blocks is easier to overcome. So this is what I'm wanting to offer through my trainings. And in these small impulse movements, I would just like to introduce different kinds of small exercises for the body, for different parts of the body, or for activating our senses. So this is what I would like to do. And today I would like to start with just a couple of easy exercises, or simple exercises. They don't have to be like an exercise can be extremely simple, like just opening and closing the hands. But we can make it more complex, or we can make it very boring by just opening and closing without really paying attention, or we can make it extremely interesting and complex by just paying attention. So that's a lot what bodywork at all is about, is bringing attention to it and noticing how extremely complex it is, just a simple movement. So we will be doing that especially with the eyes and up here today, and just seeing what that does with our vision. So we just start by tensing and letting go. So tensing the shoulder, tensing the face, making as tense as possible, pulling together, and then letting go. And breathing and feeling what that does, letting go. And then again, tensing up, making everything tight and small. And then again, letting go. And taking a few breaths, just feeling what it's like to let go after the tension. You can encourage any kind of movement that wants to come. So maybe you notice that the shoulder wants to stretch backwards. Like for me, left shoulder. And then one more time, tensing up all the way up. Shoulders, face. And letting go. And again, taking a few conscious breaths. And letting the breath also move the shoulders, like feeling that the shoulders move with the breath. So when I'm breathing in, that the shoulders have this very light movement upwards. When I'm breathing out, that I can let them sink. And inviting any kind of impulse for movement. So now seeing is there something that where it would feel pleasurable to move or to stretch? Very shortly, maybe the neck wants to move. And then we'll do another movement. So just when breathing in, we'll use the breathing with a movement. So breathing in and going all the way back. And also opening the mouth. And breathing out and going forwards with the head, neck. Breathing in and going back. Breathing out and going forward. So you can see if you want to leave your eyes open, keep them closed. It can be quite interesting to leave them open just to watch, to let them see what they're passing on the way. So breathing in, opening. Breathing out, going forward, letting the head with the whole weight just hang down. And then staying here for a few breaths, just letting the head be heavy. And with every breathing out, the head can be a little bit more heavy. And just sink down. And you can raise your head again and again invite any kind of impulse for movement. And these kinds of impulses that come after doing just doing some kind of conscious movement exercise, they are extremely helpful. And we might not notice it so directly in the moment when we have a kind of tension or a pain or something. It doesn't feel like we try to relieve it through moving or through touching or something, and it doesn't go away immediately. But that doesn't mean that it's not that it helps in the long run. So, and especially these kinds of impulse movements. So seeing what would be pleasurable, what would feel right at the moment, especially after doing some kind of movement, having some kind of movement impulse, then seeing what the body naturally wants to do. A very dear colleague of mine, Svenja, she called it once, and I like this term, freestyle stretching. So moving, stretching, feeling. Yeah. So that was the first small impulse exercise. I said very, very simple. Yeah, just see how you can what that did for you today, and see how you maybe it could be interesting to integrate into your day. So just this moving down, moving up as possibilities, tensing up and letting go. And see you again tomorrow.